As a kid, I'd always been afraid of windows. Bedroom windows, anyway. The portal to the unknown. That's where they took you from. Those aliens Bobby was always talking about. He said their ships pulled you up and out, that they did things to you. If he only knew what really happened with windows. If I'd only known, maybe things would be different. I tried hard to keep mine covered. Curtains first, then furniture. Mama didn't like that. Said I needed the light and the air it gave. Mama thought my fear was ridiculous. Nothing's gonna get you through that window, Beth Ann. Nothing would be interested in a scrawny little thing like you. I don't know if she thought that'd make me feel better, but it sure didn't. Seemed to me when bad things happened, didn't matter what you looked like. My bed faced the window. Sometimes I stayed up all night staring, just waiting for something to try, waiting for something to climb in or take me out. When something did, I wasn't ready at all. When Mama found out I watched the window all night, she started pushing more chores on me. Said if I was awake enough to stare at my window all night, I had more energy to work. I don't think Mama ever feared a thing in her life, because if she had, she'd know fear is better than coffee for keeping people awake. I did chores before school and after, slept maybe twice a week for more than just a few minutes. Maybe it was intuition rather than fear. Maybe somehow I knew something was coming, just didn't know what. That day started just like any other. I hadn't been asleep for more than an hour when the rooster began to crow, signaling the sun rising. Time for chores. No matter how tired, I knew better than to upset Mama. Last time I'd ignored the crows, she threw me into pig pen. Said if I was going to be lazy, I was no better in pig food. I'd only slept 3 hours the last few days and was shaky getting out of bed, but I got dressed and went to work, doing the best I could on chores. I could barely keep my eyes open on the way to school. I fell asleep in class again. Miss Fowle said if I fell asleep again, she'd call Mama. An intervention, she called it. Thought I was up all night doing stupid things. The things boys and pretty girls do. Not me, though. I was up all night with fear. But Miss Fowle just called me a liar and said my mama would be here soon and she'd put the fear in me so I'd learn. Mama came raging into the school like a bull, yelled at everyone, and took me home, hollering about how embarrassing I am, falling asleep in class like that. She said I needed to get over my fear, that I was worthless and scrawny. That dumb teacher thought I'd had a boy interested. What a laugh. She hollered louder than our old truck most of the way home. The last 5 minutes, though, were silence, except for the engine coughing in the truck. Mama, whose van is that? There was a van I'd never seen before sitting in our driveway. No wonder Mama was mad as a hornet. My falling asleep interrupted something. None your business, you, she smacked me across the mouth. Don't you come near the house till after they're gone, neither. Sorry, Mama, I'll do better. She shook her head and got out of the truck, heading straight for the house and the people inside it. I ran to the fig tree in the garden. It was my best place to hide. It was also the place I felt most comfortable. Who are you? Soon as I'd gotten in the tree, a voice came from above me. I about fell off my branch. Who am I? Who are you? I live here. You may want to leave. Something bad's gonna happen. I shook my head. You strange. Get out of my tree. You ain't supposed to be here. I'm telling you, you should leave. But he left. He left and climbed right into that van, staring right at me. I climbed up further in my tree, trying to escape his eyes. I felt them on me till I heard the van start and leave. I hoped Mama didn't know I'd been seen. But then she never said nothing about a boy. Beth Ann, you do them chores or you ain't gonna eat. You gotta clean the stalls too, since I had to come get you. Yes, Mama. I ate a fig and climbed down, running to do my chores. She'd be less mad if I just did things. At dinner, Mama seemed shifty, like those people had put her on edge, or distracted maybe. She was spacey, not all there. Who are those people, Mama, with the van? Never you mind. They won't be back. They wanted something they can't have is all. That boy said something bad was gonna happen, that we should leave. What boy? The one with the van. He was in my tree. There was no boy. You making things up again. Go to bed. But Mama, I never saw her hand move before she whacked me upside the head. I said bed, Beth Ann. She sounded tired. Tears in my eyes, hand clasped to my cheek, I stood staring at the floor. Night, Mama. You go to sleep tonight, you hear? Ain't nothing coming through that window. You're safe here. I laid in bed wondering, if Mama hadn't seen the boy, well, he was hiding in the tree. Guess it's possible he went there before Mama came back with me. That he'd been hiding just like me. But who were those people? Why had they seemed to rattle Mama so much? What did they want so bad? They came all the way out here. Maybe they didn't want it so bad though. They left right quick. Thunk. I froze. That sounded like a ladder against the... No, couldn't be. Mom had hid the ladders the first time I got upset. Only she knew where they were. It had to be nothing, and yet I watched as my window started to slide open, seemingly on its own. I closed my eyes tight and pulled my blanket over my head. If I couldn't see the monster couldn't see me, right? I couldn't hear nothing else until something grabbed my ankle hard. It grabbed and it pulled and pulled. I slid right out of bed trying to find something to grab onto. Found nothing though, till I got my hands on the windowsill. I was so scared I forgot to scream, but I held on. I don't know what had me, but it was strong. I dug my nails into the soft wood, hoping I could outlast, but I didn't. I left a fingernail though, right in that windowsill. At least that's what I think happened. I don't have a nail on this finger no more. It's just gone now. Hurts too. I hit my head on the ground when they got me to let go. Whatever had me. It dragged me across the ground, threw me right in that old van. Told you should have left. The door slammed and I was gone. Never to see my mama again. Turns out, it's not just the pretty girls. I grew up in the country, but I wasn't a hillbilly. I was barely a farm girl if you ask my family. But I grew up on one, did all the chores I was asked to. Problem is, they said, I took school too seriously. I wasn't supposed to care. I should learn about the farm and how to take it over. I was the oldest, so I'd get the farm, though the boys wanted it. I wanted so much more than that though. I wanted to see things. I wanted experiences the farm couldn't give me. I wanted more, just like that girl in that movie, you know? The one with the beast and talking furniture? Maybe you don't know. I don't know what all you've learned about or watched, I guess. Anyway, it started with the cows. You know this. Why am I... Oh, you want a log? Okay, I guess. Where was I? Oh yeah, the cows. 1 or 2 cows got out all the time. We usually got a call from a neighbor, and we'd go collect them, figure out where they got out and fix the fence. This time though, no one called. So we figured maybe they'd gotten trapped or injured, or maybe they'd gotten caught by the wild cats or coyotes that were rumored to be around. We usually lost 1 cow a year to that, so we'd accounted for it. We figured we'd find them or their bones eventually. Then more disappeared. We'd do a count at night and then again in the morning. There'd always be at least 1 more gone. The thing was, we couldn't figure out what was happening. As our herd grew smaller, my parents grew angrier. They were losing money when they lose those cows. Maybe someone was stealing them, they thought. They decided we would set up a watch. We were going to figure out just what was happening, just who or what was taking them. So they made a list. My 3 brothers would go first, 1 hour watch each. Then me. I would get an hour, then mother, then father. Father figured that he would get the darkest part, which would mean he'd find out what was happening. That way, none of us got hurt, but we all got to feel useful. We all got to help out. Some plan. My brother saw a couple of coyotes, but they were too skinny for how many cows we were missing. They shot them anyway. Only good coyote is a dead one, my father always said. Then it was my turn. It started off quiet enough. The crickets were chirping, frogs croaking. The noises were soothing. The something caused dead silence. I don't know what it was. Animals and bugs don't normally go silent like that, unless they're hiding, I guess. But I swear every hair on my body rose on end. Just like that, the sounds were back. It was almost painful. I covered my ears tight, waiting to adjust. Looking around, hands over my ears, I saw nothing but dark. Slowly, I uncovered my ears. Looking around, I saw the outlines of the buildings in the dark. I heard a soft mooing. I listened, trying to find its source. Maybe this would be the answer of the missing cows. I screamed as something splattered on my head. I turned my light up, expecting to see something awful. Instead, it was just something disgusting. Chewed grass, spit. Ew, it was so sticky. I expected to hear my brothers snickering somewhere behind me. They lived to prank me. They once hung a pig's head above my bed after harvest. We had to burn my bed, it stunk so bad. I pointed my light all around before finally pointing it up, where instead of a bucket, there was a cow, suspended in the air, just hanging. I tried to figure out how the boys had rigged it. when suddenly both me and the cow started lifting off the ground. I tried to grab something to hold on when a blinding light hit me full in the face. The light burned. I squeezed my eyes shut, covering my face, seeking the solace I had found in the dark. I must have passed out. I came to, strapped to a table naked. I'm not sure what happened next. "Please, you said I could go home. Take me back, please." "I'm not going home, am I?"